Have you ever seen a strong man fall, not because he wasn't skilled, but because he was ruled by his desires? In Vagabond, there's a character named Matahachi. He dreamed of glory. He wanted to be a great warrior just like Musashi. But unlike Musashi, Matahachi was defeated long before he ever stepped onto a battlefield. Not by a sword, but by lust. He gave in to temptation, to pleasure, to comfort. While Musashi was sleeping in caves, training alone, mastering his mind, Matahachi was chasing women, running from pain and trying to fill the emptiness inside him with desire. And in doing so, he lost his way. Matahachi isn't evil. He's just human. And maybe in some ways he reflects parts of us, parts we don't like to look at. The part of us that knows what we should do but gives in to what feels good instead. Lust doesn't always look like destruction. Sometimes it shows up soft, sweet, and easy. But slowly, it eats away at who you are. It weakens your focus, it poisons your discipline, and in time it steals your freedom. But what if you could break free from that? What if, like Musashi, you could walk the harder path? The one where your spirit becomes sharp, clear, and unshakable. This is the silent battle within. And today, we face it head on. Lust isn't just a physical feeling, it's an emotional shortcut. A fast escape. It appears when something inside us is unsettled. We seek it when we feel bored, tired, unmotivated, disconnected, or unloved. It gives the illusion of closeness or power, but it's shallow. It doesn't fulfill, it distracts. And in today's world, it's everywhere, fed by apps, media, images, and endless scrolling. It's easy, it's addictive. But what most people don't see is the slow cost. Lust drains your energy, it fogs your clarity, it steals time, discipline, and even your peace of mind. The more you feed it, the stronger it grows, and over time it makes you forget what it feels like to be truly in control. Miyamoto Musashi lived a life of discipline and solitude. He wasn't just avoiding people, he was sharpening his spirit. He saw clearly that comfort could weaken a warrior, and craving could cloud the mind. In his writings, Musashi said, "Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love." Not because love is bad, but because uncontrolled desire makes you lose your center. He also wrote, "Do not pursue pleasure for its own sake." Musashi wasn't against feeling joy, but he warned us, if pleasure becomes your master, your purpose disappears. He walked a path most people fear, the path of inner discipline, alone but not lost, clear, not cold, focused, not numb. By cutting away distractions, especially lust, Musashi became unshakable. Let's be honest, lust can feel good for a moment, but afterward it often leaves a heavy feeling behind. Guilt, shame, emptiness. And the worst part is it never truly satisfies. It just keeps asking for more. What starts as a small habit can grow into something that controls you. It pulls you away from your goals, your focus, your relationships, and even your self-respect. Over time, it erodes your strength. It turns you from a warrior into a slave to impulse. And every time you give in, a part of you feels weaker, less in control. But here's the truth. Lust is not stronger than you. You've just forgotten how to fight back. This is a battle no one else can see. There are no medals for resisting lust, no applause for staying disciplined. It's quiet, it's personal, it happens in moments when no one is watching. And that's what makes it powerful. Because the strength you build in silence is the most real kind of strength. It's not about pretending to be perfect. It's about being honest with yourself, facing your urges, choosing the harder path, not because someone told you to, but because you want to live with clarity and self-respect. So how do you start fighting back like Musashi would? First, pay attention to the triggers. Lust often shows up when something deeper is out of balance. Are you lonely, tired, anxious? These feelings make lust louder. When you notice the trigger, don't run from it. Face it. Second, remove its fuel. Lust feeds on what you give it, what you watch, what you scroll through, what you let into your mind. Begin starving it. Say no, even in small ways. Over time, those small no's become powerful. Third, replace the craving with purpose. Start habits that anchor you. Journaling, cold showers, meditation, working out, learning a skill. These aren't distractions, they're tools that build a stronger version of you. And finally, learn to be still. Most people fall to lust when they're alone. But Musashi saw solitude as strength, not weakness. Sit with the discomfort, listen to your mind, and train it, not by force, but with calm, clear presence. When you stop letting lust control you, everything changes. You feel lighter, you think clearer, you act with intention. You gain back your time, your energy, your confidence. You're no longer distracted or ashamed. Instead, you walk with quiet strength. People may not know why you feel different, but they'll sense it. That you're not ruled by your cravings. That you live by discipline. And that makes you powerful. Because real power isn't loud. It's calm, focused, centered. In his book Dokodo, which means the way of walking alone, Musashi wrote simple, powerful lines. Do not pursue pleasure for its own sake. Do not rely on feelings. Be indifferent to where you live. These weren't just cold ideas, they were instructions on how to be free. Free from addiction, free from emotional chaos, free from needing the world to make you feel whole. When you stop needing external pleasure to feel okay, you begin to see clearly. You begin to choose your life instead of reacting to it. There is no trophy for winning this battle. No one will know how hard it was to say no. But you will know. And that's enough. Every time you resist, you grow. Every time you pause instead of giving in, you sharpen yourself like a sword in silence. Musashi didn't just defeat enemies with his blade, he defeated desire with his mind. He chose a path of mastery, and he walked it alone. Now it's your turn. If any of this connected with you, take 5 minutes today. Turn off everything, sit in silence, breathe, ask yourself, what is lust taking away from me? And then ask, what would my life look like if I mastered it? The answers are already inside you, you just have to be quiet enough to hear them. Share this with someone who's fighting silently. Let them know they're not alone, and they're not weak. They're just in the middle of a battle that can be won. Because sometimes the quietest victories are the ones that make you unshakable.